It's your boy and Guru in the house, back with another bang on episode. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what do we have for you today? What do we have for you guys? Yves Bissouma. Not only him, we're going to talk about some good update about Sanderberg bid. As yesterday we have said something about Sanderberg's bid. Arsenal have made an official bid, and that got rejected. So we're gonna deal with it. Let's see if that is going to be happening or not. Following that, we're also going to talk about some other stuffs which involves. The Mark Lawrenson has opened up about Arsenal versus Crystal Palace, Arsenal versus Brighton, an update before the game, and of course Martin Keown has something to say about how exactly should Mikel Arteta conduct a surgery on that Arsenal squad to make them competing for the biggest like top four, and of course the title race. So talking about different stuffs, the first thing that we have here is, according to Pedro GVA, or rather Pedro Almeida from Portugal. Now he's actually opening up about, he said a lot of things about Inter Miami will present a proposal to Arsenal by Willian. The Brazilian player will have already said yes to David Beckham's team, according to him, Pedro Almeida. So that's one thing that we know about him. And the other thing that has actually come out from him is that Yves Bissouma will join Arsenal at the end of the season for 35 million euros. He will sign a 4-year deal. So a 4-year deal for Yves Bissouma. Well, there are certain reports which were saying that it would be a deadline day deal, that it will be confirmed. But when the season ends, the first signing Arsenal will make is Yves Bissouma, ladies and gentlemen. So the deadline day of not the transfer market, but the Premier League, when it ends, the first sign that Arsenal is going to make is Yves Bissouma. So yes, Yves Bissouma to Arsenal is about to happen. Should you believe in this transfer rumor? Somewhat, but be excited about it. That's all I'm going to say. So, but there's a thing that Yves Bissouma has dropped a hint on his next club amid Arsenal, United, Liverpool. Everyone wants him. Real Madrid, Manchester United, Monaco, Man City, Everton, and a lot of clubs are interested. So he has ruled out a move abroad, as he says that the Premier League is the best division in the world. Now, well, understandably to see why, as the Yves Bissouma is second in the Premier League for tackles won, only behind Luke Ayling. Luke Ayling has won 99 tackles, while Bissouma has won 93 tackles. And according to FB Ref, the Mali international is in the top 15% of the midfielders in the top flight for tackles and interceptions, passes blocked, successful pressures, dribbles completed, players dribbled past, nutmegs, and aerial duels won. Well, former Arsenal forward Kevin Campbell believes he is worth upwards 40 to 50 million pounds and is good enough to play for a side that is pushing to qualify for European football. So Jamie Carragher also said that he's a top quality player and was head and shoulders above everyone when Brighton played against Everton. Well, the Athletic claim chairman Tony Bloom would not entertain letting the former Lille star anything to go under 40 million pounds. So I think yes, he's a very key player. So talking to My Albion TV, he dropped a hint. Yves Bissouma, he said that for me the Premier League is the best league in the world. There's a lot of intensity, a lot of energy, and a lot of desire. The team in first can beat the team in last, and the team in the last can beat the team in the first. So I'd say that the Premier League is quite simply the best league in the world. So this hints out, now talking about Graham Potter, he had some kind words. He said, Graham is like my father, the coach is like my father. He's the one who had done all that work. He's the one who gave me confidence again. He kind of showed me how he wanted me to be so that I could be a part of this team. It wasn't easy because it was a bit tough at first. With time though, they got to understand me. They saw my weaknesses. We tried to correct them together, both on and off the pitch, and I can only be happy. That's it. So, of course, he loves the manager. That's a beautiful part of it. And most importantly, he acknowledges what he's done for him. And best part, he wants to stay in the Premier League. So, bye-bye Real Madrid and Monaco. Moving on, it looks like Stan Kroenke has set out £120 million intervention before the summer transfer window. As we all know, that KSC has said to intervene. According to Football.London, they are about to pay off £120 million loan that they took off from the Bank of England. They're going to do that with their own money. Well, with the financial impacts of the whole situation around the world that's going on, well, again, as confirmed in January that they had met the criteria to borrow money from CCFF. So it looks like Stan Kroenke is about to pay that much amount of money, man. Wow, that's really crazy. Lovely to agree. So, and it looks like Kroenke's. And why are they doing this? Well, according to Maguire, he believes that the low interest rate provided by CCFF loan would have helped to assess managing the impact of the revenue losses. And he says the advantage of taking this loan for Arsenal is that they're only paying 0.5% interest on the 120 million pound, which works out to be 600k for the whole year. It's very low, man. At present, the Cronkies are under perhaps more scrutiny than ever because of the European the European Super League. So they would want to do this to make amends with the fans. That's also one reason that why they're doing this. So moving on, so Sheffield United have issued an update about Sanderberg's Arsenal bid. Well, Sheffield United interim boss Paul Heckingbottom has issued a response regarding an Arsenal's bid of 20 million euros being cancelled out. So he says, no offers. We know how things work. If there is anything happening for our players, it's bubbling away behind the scenes until windows open, and things can possibly happen, but it is all paperwork. Most of the questions you get asked about possible targets never ever comes to fruition. 90% of it will never surface. At the moment, it is all just rumor and speculations. We have no bids for our players. So we all know what the release clause would have been, like 35 million pounds. People were expecting a 12 million pounds kind of a thing, which got busted open. Now we all know that there was a rumor that Arsenal have actually made a bid of 20 million euros, which got turned down. That also turns out to be a rumor according to Paul Heckingbottom. So whoever is making up these rumors, make a new one. This one is getting old now. So William Saliba can actually help complete Moussa Dembele transfer, because it all turns out how exactly William Saliba turns up with his team, OGC Nice against Olympique Lyon. Well, we all know how things are turning out to be, that Arsenal are looking for a striker, but it looks like Lyon are struggling to get Champions League football next season. Yes, if you actually check out League On standings now, they would actually have to fight a lot for their thing. Lyon, they are 4th in the league with 76 points. Yes, for them to get Champions League football, they have to desperately win. Otherwise, they're going to get Europa League qualifiers, probably where they actually stand. So they got to beat Monaco to at least try to get some ground on the ground lost. They have actually lost a lot of ground. So if you check out Lyon, the last game is against OGC Nice. So I think they might do something about it. But if you check out their last 3 games, they've beaten Monaco 3-2. Lorraine 4-1 and Nîmes 5-2. So they're the strong contenders to play against OGC Nice. So if they don't get Champions League football, it's difficult for them to actually keep a hold of Moussa Dembele to pay them off, and they would want to sell some players. So Lyon might be forced to sell some players. So Brighton have been dealt with Neil Maupay blow ahead of the clash against Arsenal. Well, Brighton are said to be without forward Neil Maupay for the game against Arsenal after his 2-match ban was increased to 3 games following his red card against Wolves. Well, at the Molineux, he actually got a red card. He was actually initially given a 2-match ban as his sending off fell under the category of using offensive, insulting or abusive language or gestures. As a result, Brighton forward missed 1-1 draw with West Ham. And he's going to miss the Manchester City game at the MX on Tuesday. But now the FA has added an extra game onto the ban, and he will miss Sunday's game against Arsenal as well. Well, Brighton and Hove Albion's, according to the FA, the official statement is that Maupay has been suspended for 1 match and fined £25,000 after admitting a charge for breach of FA Rule E3 following their fixture against Wolves. So, bye-bye Neil Maupay. Well, I hope you don't get relegated. Moving on, so Pep Guardiola has actually given his verdict on Tosin Adarabioyo, the Fulham centre-back who is identified as a potential replacement for David Luiz by Arsenal, according to The Athletic. So, Guardiola said in the summer of 2016 about him, he said that definitely yes, until I don't know what is going to happen because Vincent Kompany will come back. Until 31st of August, a lot of things can happen, but if you ask me today, my opinion, he will be our player. He's a nice guy, his mind is open, he listens, he trains every day like it's the last training of his life, and I like a lot of work with these kind of players. He has his whole career in front of him. Against 2 tough teams like Bayern Munich and Borussia Dortmund, he played really well. We have to tell Tosin he has a lot of steps to get better, so it's not done, the player isn't done, but he has all the quality. These are the beautiful words that Pep Guardiola had about him. Moving on, so Mark Lawrenson has actually given his verdict for Arsenal against Crystal Palace. So he said that Arsenal, who had the weekend off, are on a run of 3 consecutive successive league wins, and I think they will make it 4 in a row at Selhurst Park. The young players have made the difference for them in recent weeks. If Palace boss Roy Hodgson is leaving when his contract ends in the summer, it would be a nice touch if they could get an announcement before this match so he gets a proper send-off in his final home game in charge. It might help lift the players too. So he believes that it's going to be a big Arsenal win, an Arsenal win, of course, against Crystal Palace. So, talking about stuff, so Martin Keown has some really strong words that he believes that Arsenal should make minimum of 5 signings in the summer. He says, I think a minimum of maybe 5 changes. I think the front players are still good. I'd keep Lacazette. I like him actually in the club. Aubameyang has had his problem this season. Martinelli needs to be used more, maybe on the wings perhaps. Then you've got Saka to play, Smith Rowe. Make sure they build those careers. But they need a base in midfield. Partey needs a partner alongside him. They need to spend there. Magalhaes has been disappointing as a central defender. Luiz is about to leave, so there is a huge surgery to be made by the manager. Well, it's time for a change in terms of players' personnel. 1 to 11, if you go right through the team, Leno's not signing a new deal by all accounts. Bellerin at right back is not holding that position down. To the 2 central defenders, you would say there is uncertainty over who is going to play there. Kieran Tierney, the left back, is probably the only one who is shoe-in as a defender. You run right through the team, and it's the young kids really that are the backbone of the team. Saka, Smith Rowe have been outstanding this season. So it's pretty much clear that he would want Arsenal to invest in more and more. So with this, I'd like to end this episode. So Yves Bissouma, according to one of the sources, is the first signing that Arsenal are going to make. Let's see if that's going to be true or not. It's still a rumor, so let's see what exactly is Arsenal going to pull off in this summer transfer window. Until then, cheers. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, bye-bye.